On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, we learn all about the Little 500 bike race tradition here at IU.
It's our special Little 500 themed edition of What's Up Weekly, and it starts right now.
Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Ashton Hackman.
And I'm Kelly Lichter. This year's Little 500 races will mark our return to normal, with spectators allowed back at the track for the first time in 3 years. What's Up Weekly reporter Lucinda Larnick has more.
Riders ready, set.
With qualifications finished in the last events of Spring Series taking place last weekend, the Little 500 race is only 2 weeks away. Last weekend, teams raced against the clock and one another to fulfill their Spring Series requirements and to have their last chance to practice before they stand at the starting line for the Little 500. Senior rider Andrew Murray shares his experience of the last year.
Obviously, quals was awesome. First year having it back with fans since 2019, so it was great to have all the fans out there, and we had a great ITTs and missing out performance, team from top to bottom. So we're really excited going into the season, into the race.
It's because this is the first time in 3 years that spectators have been able to attend the event in person. For the last couple of years, many students have either been riding on the track without spectators at all, as well as the 2020 race, which did not go ahead.
Riders have expressed how the race hasn't only been about winning, but how the Little 500 has helped them grow throughout their collegiate career. Jenna Rogers, rider for Alpha Chi Omega bike team, shares more.
I feel like every time that I go out on the track, I almost have something to prove, both to myself and I feel like to everyone watching me, and I think that that's been such an important part because obviously us doing this intramural race and everything that IUSF has done is so beneficial to so many students in the IU community, but it's also awesome because I feel like, and honestly I feel like we can all kind of say this, it's given us a stronger sense of self.
The teams only have a handful of days left to practice on the track and less than 2 weeks until race day, and only one goal in mind: to win. You can buy your tickets online now via the IU Athletics website to watch the race in person at the Armstrong Stadium.
Did you know that every Little 5 bike is identical? All racers ride on identical single-speed coaster brake racing bicycles with 700C wheels, 3,200 millimeter tires, and flat rubber pedals. The specifications started based on the AMF Roadmaster of the 60s and 70s. The only difference is that men's bikes are slightly bigger than women's bikes. Every year, a new version of the bike is purchased for the race, and teams have to place a $400 deposit for them. At the end of the race, racers can keep the bikes or return them and get their deposit back. Return bikes are rented out to teams that lack bicycles meeting Little 500 specifications.
We caught up with last year's winning men's team to see how they are preparing. Take a look.
I'm gonna come off next lap.
I love the close relationships that form between my team, but also then making those relationships outside.
You guys can pull off with me or just do another lap and catch me next lap.
We're all in this together. It's kind of fun to ride with them and all cheering each other on, other than on race day. Then we're all against each other, and I think that's just kind of a cool atmosphere to be a part of.
Winning was a really surreal experience. It was kind of odd because there ended up being no spectators, but you still got that feeling of seeing all your work come to fruition, and really just you got the result at the end of the day.
It'd be so hot in the summer.
It's kind of the unique thing about living in southern Indiana and training here. You get just surrounded by the Little 5 community and also just beautiful terrain.
I used to run, and then after I quit running, kind of stumbled upon cycling. So it was just kind of interesting how I wasn't planning on doing this, and then found myself here.
These guys are coming, so hop on.
One of the cool things about the race is there's nothing like it anywhere else in the world. So there's no other track like this, and there's no other bikes like this that are used in competition. And I think that the uniqueness of the race is what makes it so special.
Is that what you're saying, John? Seems like a cool guy.
All these stories about Little 5 are really getting me excited for the big weekend.
I completely agree, but as a freshman and you as a sophomore, we haven't actually experienced a Little 500 race as a student. I feel like I have so much to learn about it.
Well, I guess that explains why I'm here. I have a couple of questions about the race, its history, and just some fun facts to quiz Callie and Ashton on how much they know about Little 5. All right, so starting off with the basics, what year was the first Little 500 race held?
I need to do some math. I know that this is the 71st men's race, so quick math would make that 1951.
You are correct. All right.
Lucky.
So, how many laps does the men's team need to complete around the track?
200.
Yes. And how many do the women need to finish?
100.
You got that right.
Definitely didn't get told that before.
No, didn't.
What movie features the famous Bloomington race?
There's a movie?
I think someone in the behind the cameras knows there's a movie, but I do not.
Any random guesses?
The long, I don't know, long journey or something?
Little 500, the movie.
It is called Breaking Away.
Huh. I'll have to watch that later.
Yeah, put it on my list.
ISTV movie night.
There we go, yeah. So what is the name of the stadium where this all goes down?
Bill Armstrong.
Yep, you got it. And which U.S. president made an unannounced visit to the Little 5 women's race?
Well, it has to be in the last women's is 35 years, I think. So it has to be in the last 35 years. So that narrows it down.
Was it Bill Clinton? I don't know.
Oh, I was going to guess Clinton.
Not Clinton, nope.
That leaves like 2.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter.
No.
I think that's a little farther than 30 years.
Oh, true. I forgot. Women's race.
Bush?
Nope.
So Obama?
It was Obama.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
When was that? You don't know?
I do not know.
We'll have to
That's one
find
trivia
out.
question that none of us here know. So
maybe we could put it in post a little.
Yeah. And then who founded the race?
Good question. I know the guy's dad was an Indy 500 racer.
You are correct.
It counts as like half a point, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not going to guess.
I don't know the name.
His name is Howdy Wilcox Jr.
Huh.
And then why did he found the race?
Because his dad was an Indy 500 racer.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Looks like Callie is probably the winner here, so congrats to Callie.
Those questions were definitely a test for my Little 5 knowledge. I must admit, I did do a little research for some stories for this show, so that's why I knew some of them. And I think there are some areas that I definitely can work on.
Same, and we'll have to do that for the next time, so we can't get another one wrong.
With both races happening next weekend, here's a breakdown of everything you need to know before then. The men's and women's races will both be held at Bill Armstrong Stadium. The 34th running of the women's race will begin at 4 p.m. on Friday, April 22nd. The 71st running of the men's race will begin at 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 23rd. For those wanting to attend in person, I suggest you buy your tickets beforehand. Adult tickets are $35 in advance or $45 the day of the race, but tickets are good for both days.
Coming up after the break, we share this week's trending topics.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. So Will Smith is officially banned for the Oscars for 10 years and was booted from his position at the Academy.
And that's all we need to say on that.
In other news, Bennifer is engaged.
That's right. After reuniting last year, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are ready to tie the knot again. Lopez announced via her website On the J-Lo that the couple were engaged, and she even showed off her pale green diamond engagement ring. In 2002, Bennifer first got engaged but ultimately split after 2 years.
You know what they say, second time's the charm.
And in a surprise announcement, singer Britney Spears is pregnant.
Spears is continuing to ride the good news train after having been released from her conservatorship this past November. The 40-year-old already has 2 sons, Jaden and Sean, with her ex-husband Kevin Federline. This would be the first time with fiance Sam Asghari. Do you have any guesses on what the name will be?
Oh baby baby?
After nearly 3 decades, Billy Ray and Tish Cyrus have decided to go their separate ways.
The country singer and manager, who are parents to Miley Cyrus, announced the split Monday. In a joint statement, the two said, "We will always be a family and look forward to a continued and loving shared experience as friends and parents." The couple has allegedly been separated for 2 years and have also filed for divorce 3 times in their 28 years together.
I guess some things can't heal an achy, breaky heart. And that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV News.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Ashton Hackman.
And I'm Callie Lichter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.